Good morning. I'm Erica Simon. With more than 1,000 people diagnosed in the Houston area, there's a growing demand for testing. Today, a new drive-through testing will open up at Smart Financial Center in Sugar Land. That's where we find our ABC 13 reporter Charlie at City to break it down for us. Charlie.
Yes, good morning. Well, the tents are set up and testing set to begin at 4 o'clock this morning and will last until 4 p.m. this evening. And you can see the tents are up. We've got cones, we've got ropes out here. And this testing is all free and is being done by the United Memorial Medical Center. They're the same ones that opened up the site a week and a half ago up on Tidwell. Now, if you're in need of a test, you can pull up here in your car, and it's important to remember to stay in your car at all times. Medical staff here will administer the test, and it only will take a couple of minutes. And Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee says there are plans to start a mobile testing facility that will go to different homes in the area. And the thought with that is it can be used for the elderly patients who are in need of getting tested so they don't have to actually come down to the drive-through testing sites. And we've also learned that a separate hospital wing dedicated to treating coronavirus patients will be started up at the Tidwell location. And here are some details on that.
We have 46 beds, of which 20 beds are allocated to critically ill patients. That means patients that will be on assisted mechanical ventilation. Having said that, we are making preparations in case that we surpass those needs and we need to take care of other patients.
And later on this morning at 10 o'clock, we expect to hear from the Congresswoman for an update on how the testing has been going so far for the coronavirus. We're in Sugar Land. Charlie at City, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
I'm Courtney Fisher, live in the Woodlands this morning, where a shelter-in-place has been ordered at a senior living complex. I want to show you deputies monitoring who's allowed to come and go outside the apartment complex. This is the conservatory at Alden Bridge, by the way. The order comes after 12 people tested positive for COVID-19 here, and one of those people in the hospital. Residents have until 6 tonight to leave if they want to stay somewhere else. And if you leave, know that you must self-isolate. This order lasts until April 13th. That's about 2 weeks. The only people who will be allowed to come and go are people delivering food, caregivers, and medical people. For now, reporting live, Courtney Fisher, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
I'm Jeff Ealing in downtown Houston, where we're monitoring a situation with the county jail and some nonviolent inmates. Lawyers representing inmates inside the jail system are asking a federal judge to decide if nonviolent offenders can be released early over concerns of coronavirus spreading inside the jail system. We know that at least one inmate tested positive for coronavirus, and several deputies have it as well, including a deputy that worked inside the jail. County officials say they'd like to release up to 1,400 inmates who have below average risk scores. Many, we are told, would already be out of the jail if they could afford bond. Sheriff Ed Gonzalez sent a list of inmates to district judges, asking them to consider releasing hundreds of nonviolent offenders. Meanwhile, Governor Greg Abbott issued an executive order forbidding the release of violent inmates, and locally officials agree with that, but they say they want to reduce the population of the jail because of the pandemic, adding that those leaving the facility would not be violent offenders.
There would be conditions to the extent possible, so, to where we can do ankle monitors, folks say with a DWI charge where they have to have a breathalyzer in their car, that kind of thing. We are definitely not looking to release folks who are accused of burglary of a residence or anybody with DWI third, so anybody who has a history of consistent DWI violations.
Lawyers representing inmates inside the jail have asked a federal judge to rule on thousands of inmates being released awaiting trial. We expect to hear more on that ruling coming up today at 4. Reporting live, Jeff Ealing, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Lunch was on Lizzo at the University of Washington Medical Center yesterday. The emergency room staff in Seattle shared their appreciation for the pop star on social media, but they were the only ones. Lizzo, who grew up here in the Alief area, had food delivered to several hospitals around the country, including Minneapolis and New Orleans. And she is remembered as the Queen of Tejano. Today marks 25 years since Selena's death. Her fans and family are remembering the anniversary year as a celebration of her life. Big plans were made for a tribute concert in San Antonio in May. Pitbull and Becky G were set to perform, but the pandemic has postponed that concert. A new date has not been set yet. You can celebrate Selena by sharing this graphic we posted on the ABC13 Facebook page this morning. Join the conversation and tell us your favorite memories. Alita.
All right, cool front on this Tuesday will bring a humidity drop across southeast Texas later on this morning. And during the afternoon, we will see a northerly breeze picking up, helping to clear out the clouds. So by lunchtime, enjoying some sunshine for your social distancing plans. Temperature-wise, will be in the mid-70s, mid to upper 70s. But there's that front rolling through across southeast Texas. Clouds to start the morning, maybe even a stray shower or two, but those rain chances less than 20%. It is going to be beautiful this afternoon, warming up into the upper 70s, and then tonight, under a mostly clear sky and drier air, those temperatures should cool off somewhere in the 50s. So you're talking a good 10 to 20 degree difference compared to how we started off this morning. By Wednesday afternoon, we'll start to see some of those clouds returning with that southeasterly breeze. We should see temperatures warm equally as high as today in the mid to upper 70s, and then the return for some rain later on this week, taking us into the weekend. So overall, the pattern for the next 7 days should be a little bit more active as those upper level winds continue to drag in these disturbances, bringing us some rain, 2 to 3 inches possible north of I-10. And here you can see those rain chances beginning on Thursday, taking us in through the weekend and early next week.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Have an amazing Tuesday.